Hey y'all, this is a first for me. I'm doing a little skesh video. I know I haven't been on YouTube for quite a bit. I don't want to hear a word. I'm aware. This session, we're just kind of, I don't know, just drawing some random stuff. I don't really have a story behind why I draw this kind of content. It's a bit different than what you usually see out there. A lot of people tend to draw more, how do I say this in a sensitive way? Anime-esque styles. I thought I would change it up a little bit and see if people would like my more archival style. Well, I mean, that's what I've heard it be described as, is archival. I think it's because of the color of the paper, really. I just bought this book off of Amazon. It's a sketchbook. Well, it's more of a journal, but I like to treat it as a sketchbook. It's actually really nice for mediums that are heavier, like paint, markers, ink, etc. It doesn't bleed through the pages as much, so that's really nice. That's a bonus. You can probably find it on Amazon. I don't have a link or anything. You're gonna look it up yourself. You got hands. Do it yourself. Anyway, here I'm just taking you through the sketching phase. I tried to skip through as much as I possibly could because when I first started editing the video, the sketching phase took like, I don't know, a good 20 minutes. And then I was like, okay, I gotta really cut this down. Y'all don't gotta see all that. It's boring. The sketching part is boring. I know some people are like, oh my god, I love sketching. That shit boring. Okay? I want to do the inking and the paint. Gotta get it over with. So, anyway, here I am using the Sakura Micron pigment ink pens. Those are really good because they dry super fast. I have some Japanese ink pens as well. I mean, well, that company is Japanese, but I have some other Japanese ink pens, and they are more water-based, I'd say. So you kind of get a little bit more messy, but here the inking is super smooth, and I think it's a felt tip, so you won't get any ink runoff and you won't get any big drips. That's the part that I hate about most ink pens, is that if you get like a roller ball that just spills out ink, then you're gonna get those issues. So here I am just going through the inking process little by little. I'm sorry if I skipped through any big parts while I was inking this whole page. Like I said, when I primarily was editing this video, I was gonna just do a speed paint, just, speeding up the entire process so that you can see every single stroke that I made, but just faster. That took like a 45-minute edit. That was not great. I don't really want these videos to be that long. I looked at other videos on YouTube of people drawing in their sketchbooks and took those as an example. Most of them are around 25, maybe 30 minutes long. I don't really want these videos to be that long. I try to aim for at least around 25 minutes. But y'all tell me in the comments if that format is nice for you. And y'all also tell me if you want more ASMR type stuff. I know some people really like just absolute silence when someone else is drawing in their sketchbook. I get it. I get it, man. You gotta focus. You want to draw in your sketchbook too. You don't want to hear me yap. I mean, you could just press the mute button and put your own music on. Whatever you want to do. I'm not gonna tell you how YouTube works, but you can do that. Anyway, we're moving on. I got my little script here on the right. Oh, I'm not supposed to tell you that. Whatever. I got my little script here on the right. I just wanted to give some quick life updates. I do a lot of graphic design lately. I do graphic design work for a lot of clients. I'm trying to dip into that world a bit more. I'm not really into character design as much anymore. I still love to do it. It's just a very competitive field, and I feel that I need to pivot my career paths at the current moment. So, your girl's making a lot of life choices, big life choices. We're getting older, can't be wasting time. I also called this video a skesh because I thought it was, clever. Sketchbook session, skesh. You can do the math. 2 plus 2 is 4. Come on. So, just wanted to ask a few questions to myself. I gave myself like some questions to answer for this video because I'm not just gonna sit here and yap about jack shit. Do I think my art has evolved? Hmm. Definitely. Next question. No, I'm playing. I feel like I've improved on a lot. I still have a lot of shit to improve on. I want to get better at being more confident with a pen. It's like some Kim Jong-gi type beat, you know? Like he had so much power in that little pen of his, and I was so interested in trying to get better at something like that. So I will do a sketchbook tour one of these days where I have pages that look a lot like this, except not painted. Most of this book isn't painted. I have a lot of pages where I just did free hand ink drawings. I didn't put pencil down and then put ink on. I did a lot of freehand stuff, which I really like. But honestly, I gotta be in a zone for that kind of stuff. I can't really just sit down every morning and freehand a bunch of ink stuff. I can. It depends on the morning, okay? And especially if you're a coffee fiend like me, a caffeine whore like me, a shaky hand is not the best for this kind of stuff. Next question. Do I still enjoy drawing? Yeah, to a certain extent. I have to have a lot more energy for it these days because everything else in life kind of whisks that away from you. It steals it from you. And you are left as a shadow of a shell most days. So I still enjoy it. I try to keep it up as a hobby because most of the time it's a job. And when you draw for a job or when you design for a job, it takes a lot of mental energy out of you. So you gotta give yourself these kinds of things where you can just freely draw in your sketchbook and you're not submitting this anywhere except the internet, and then you post it up and you don't give a shit. And then if you get engagement, cool. If you don't, whatever. Still making money at the end of the day. I don't give a shit. Third question, have your passions changed? Um yeah, to a certain degree. I would say, like I said before, I'm not really doing a bunch of character concepts anymore. I still like to do them, but life will really veer you in a certain direction sometimes without you having any control over it. It's just way too competitive for me to even spend most of my time on that kind of stuff. I just want to keep it to a personal degree at this point in my life. If I do get lucky and I get, I don't know, a position somewhere at an indie studio, or I just randomly turn in my resume to a studio that's asking for that kind of stuff, cool, I will still do it. I'm just not focused on that at the moment. So, I wouldn't say my passions have changed. I still like to do it. I just you gotta go with the meta of life sometimes. And the fourth question I asked myself is, would you do more tutorial videos? I've been thinking about it. I do have a Skillshare that I have neglected and left in the forest to fend for itself. I want to put up more maybe painting tutorial videos like the sketchbook video you're watching right now. I would love to teach people how to use these kinds of markers. Oh, by the way, I'm using Arrtx markers. I'll probably put it up on the screen for you in case you don't know how to spell that. But yeah, I would love to do more tutorial videos. I had some popular ones back in the day, but that was when I was ass. So I don't know why people keep watching those videos. They're ass. Stop watching those and watch these new ones I'm about to put up. I do want to plan to put up some more tutorial videos, either here or on Skillshare. We'll see. I also stream, just a little bit though, not on a regular basis like some people do. I just don't really like streaming that much. It's not something that I can see myself doing for a long period of time. I could do maximum 2 hours. By hour one, I'm already tired because you have to keep talking. And I know what you're thinking. Josephine, you love yapping.
I thought you loved talking for hours on end.
If it's about something I love, if you talk to me about what's the Skyrim lore, or what's the lore behind the Aldmeri Dominion and why the Redguard hate them, then I'll talk for hours, right? If I'm trying to focus on something such as drawing, or if I'm painting something and I really want to get the details right, I will not speak. I don't like speaking. When I was recording this video, I didn't say a damn word. I didn't say one little peep. You wouldn't hear anything out of me. And oh my god, I'm having a stroke. This page spread took me 5 hours. I sat there with some bathroom breaks in between and a snack, right? And I sat there for 5 hours to get this page done. But if I had to stream that, ew, I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to do it. It's too much energy. I'm almost 30, y'all. Oh, don't put it in the comments.
Ew, Unk, L auntie.
Oh my goodness. I know. I feel it in my bones. The energy wasted away on Skyrim when I was younger. When I was your age. Type beat, right? I just don't like to do it. I don't really see myself streaming very often. I like my formatted and edited content that I can just put up on YouTube and forget about it. You don't gotta miss anything either.
Oh man, I missed a stream. Oh man, I'll never be able to see it again.
That's y'all. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put up these kinds of videos because I like these formats. And I like talking over them. Not for 5 hours. Some people do their whole process on YouTube, and hey, commendable. Love that for you. I'm not gonna do that, and I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm sorry. Let's see. Next on the script. Yes, tips and tricks for when you're going through your sketchbook and you want to do something like this. Number one, make sure you get a sketchbook with thick ass pages, because especially if you want to paint on these types of sketchbooks, you need to make sure the paper's right. I've had friends show me their sketchbooks and they do little, I don't know, what's that called? The pastels, the really soft crayon pastels. They would use that, but they would use the very wrong paper for it. Not appropriate paper for it. And it would look, I don't want to be rude, ass. Ass. You need the right paper. It would have looked way better if you got the right sketchbook. So keep that in mind when you're doing stuff like this. This paper, or this book that I got from Amazon, it's awesome. The pages are just thick enough where the paint doesn't even bleed through the other side. The ink also doesn't bleed, by the way. So that's a plus. Love that. Number two, have a what I call a fuck it sketchbook. So you can practice and allow yourself to mess up in said sketchbook. The sketchbook that I'm drawing in right now is my pretty drawing sketchbook. I don't want to mess up. I can do really nice drawings, and I want to keep it in this sketchbook specifically. But I have a black sketchbook with white pages in it that I just freely get a pen and do whatever. I doodle in there. And if it looks ugly, oh well. That's what that sketchbook is for. If you give yourself a space where you can mess up and you don't even care, it's so good for you. I'm telling you. Stop getting stuck behind that every drawing I make needs to be perfect mentality. You can have a sketchbook where you can do drawings that you want to put a lot of effort in. You're allowed to do that. This is what I have this sketchbook for. You are also allowed to get a sketchbook where you draw ugly horses all day. I don't know what you draw in your sketchbook, but if you want to draw whatever the hell you want and it's going to be ugly, get a fuck it sketchbook. It's okay. Number three, you should have a piece of paper under your hand, or what I call an anti-transfer slip. They sell these sometimes in sketchbooks these days, where you get a fresh new one, you peel off the plastic, and you're like, oh, that new sketchbook smell. And then you get this little plastic slip sometimes in these packaged sketchbooks, and you're like, what the heck is this? I've seen a lot of people throw those away. Don't throw those away. They're amazing. They prevent graphite or ink or paint from getting on your hand and sometimes onto other pages as well. You see how I'm wearing a little glove right here? That my hands hurt sometimes, so I just wear that as an arthritic glove. It's not one of those artist gloves you see 2D artists do on their little big ass tablet that they have on their desk. No, it's not for that. My hands hurt. But you can do something like that too. You can also wear a glove where so you don't have to worry about things getting on your hands. But anyway, uh let's see. Another tip is stick your pinky out when you're inking and glide it onto the paper along with your hand to help with smooth lines. Uh, I like to do this for especially detailed pieces. Sometimes when you have your pinky out like that, it helps you gauge how much pressure you're putting on the pen. I have a medium to light hand when it comes to inking things. I don't really have a heavy hand. I don't like to press too hard. So the pinky out helps me gauge how hard I'm pressing into the paper. It helps. I would try that out. I wish I could show you an example of what I mean. You'll see me do it sometimes in this book, but I wish I could show you. I'm not going to do a separate video though, because I'm tired. Number five or number four. I forgot what number we're at. Getting old. Might be the za. No, I'm playing. It's never the za. Ever. Anyway, for smooth lines, I recommend inhaling and then you breathe out slowly along with the stroke that you're trying to make. Now, this is amazing technique because it keeps you calm, especially if you have shaky hand syndrome, I like to call it. Some people try so hard to make that smooth line and they end up fucking up because they're way too nervous about making a smooth line. Oh yeah, right here you can see that transparent slip that's on the right side of the page. That's why that page looks weird. Anyway, but yeah, I would try to just breathe along with your strokes and you'll find that you will have a lot smoother of a line. Try not to do chicken scratch with lines as well, with ink lines. I see a lot of people sometimes draw with a pen like they do with a pencil. Remember, kids, you cannot erase pen. Not most of the time, unless you have those magical Japanese ones. But for most applications, you cannot erase the pen. So try to make long, confident strokes. Okay? Just as you would in real life. Oh my god, let me stop. But you can do it. You just practice some straight lines on a random page in your sketchbook and just try to breathe. Okay? Don't hold your breath while you're trying to make a line. That's a bad idea. Another tip, white ink pen versus white paint pen. You will see me use a white marker in this sketchbook video. These are paint markers, like I mentioned before. Now, sometimes I use white ink pens, depending on, I don't know, the application of it all. Sometimes I'll put in like a really pitch black area, and the white paint pen doesn't give me the crisp little dots that I want sometimes. Sometimes I just want to do like a night sky, but the white paint pen will spread a lot. So if you want more precision in those kinds of drawings, I would recommend a white ink pen rather than a white paint pen. But it depends on what you want to do, truly. Now, we're reaching the end of the video here soon. I think we're at like 5 more minutes. Let me see. Yeah, we're at 5 more minutes. So, damn, that went by pretty fast. I thought I'd had to exhaust myself to do a voiceover. I am a grade A yapper, so time goes by fast when you yap it away. But anyway, if y'all have any questions for me, you can put it in the comments. I haven't put up a video in a long time, but that don't mean I won't engage with y'all. I try to stay off the internet most times, most days. I just throw away my phone in a drawer and just do my work, and then I pick up my phone at like 7:30 p.m. just to watch some YouTube shorts and then go to bed. I'm an old soul. I don't give a shit about being on my phone that much these days. But yeah, I would also stay off your phone if you want to be more productive creatively. I found that helps a lot. If y'all want to see more of a tutorial video in the future on how to use these markers, let me know. I wouldn't mind making a video like that. I can try to teach y'all. I'm not by any means super good with them, but I can definitely teach you about, color theory and what colors to use to make your illustration look a bit more unique. Because some people don't know how to do that, and I have no problem teaching y'all. So here, I I didn't really have too much of a plan when I sketched these out. When I was recording this video, I was like, oh crap, I don't know what to do. And a lot of the themes in this sketchbook in particular is dark fantasy, essentially. I love stuff like Hellboy and the Dark Crystal and all that. And I thought, I'm just gonna keep doing dark fantasy, random shit. It looks cool, it feels cool, and I want some painting practice. These are just acrylic markers. You can also go in this page with gouache. I have tried gouache, I think, before in this sketchbook. Like I said, I'm gonna have to do a tour soon. Uh, you know, leave a comment below if you want me to do a tour, sketchbook tour video as well. I've seen a lot of people do that, and they're also so fun, and they know what they're saying and they're doing. I don't know what I'm saying or doing. I kind of just let my brain take over and my mouth is just taking it. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. That didn't come out right. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. Anyway, I knew I shouldn't have come back. You can see me putting in some final touches here. I got my little white paint pen. I have to go over it a few times because sometimes when you're layering paints over other paints in these kinds of applications, it's a little hard to see the white after a while. So you kind of got to go back every now and then. My paint pens were also losing a little juice. I don't really like how the red sky turned out because I use red a lot in this sketchbook. So I think I just need to buy a whole ass new red pen. But anyway, you can see me putting in some crows just to make the background a bit more interesting. It's got a Dark Souls vibe to it. Just cleaning up some little areas here and there. Going back in with the white. And the fire was super fun to do. I actually really liked doing that. And fun fact, I got that inspiration on the left from Pinterest. There was a lot of like dark fantasy. I know what you're gonna say. There's a lot of AI bullshit out there. I don't support it. But some of the things were kind of hard. So I was like, I can just draw that, bruh. That's fine. So I was inspired by it. And on the right, completely made up. I love skeletons and armor. But here you go. Whee! Love that. Wow. Thank y'all for dropping in on the video. This was a weird one. I'm awkward, and I don't know what to say most of the time. But I highly appreciate y'all dropping in. Let me know if you want to see more stuff like this, and I'll definitely upload more. I mean, I'll upload more regardless, because I'll do what I want. So thank you, and have a great day. And keep drawing, y'all. Seriously.